Today is remove this door panel so that we can remove the latches that and repair the cables that go to the latches. Anyhow, these latches are at the top and at the lower corners of these here side cargo doors. And what's happened is the door won't open with the pull handle because we're sure that the cables have deteriorated and the ends need to be replaced on the cables. So the first step what we're going to do is remove the upper door window frame, inside window frame, and there are 4 attach points, one right here and another one up here and right here and approximately right here, and there's clips in there that hold those hold that window frame in. So what we're going to do is get a flat screwdriver in there, and I've already prepared a screwdriver. I wrapped duct tape around the shank of the screwdriver so we don't scratch the paint on the edge of the door. And what we'll do is put the screwdriver in there and pop that upper window frame out. The next step will be to remove this door pull handle right here. And if you'll notice, there's these little here blank little plugs that fit into the handle, and you'll have to pry those out with a small screwdriver. And then what you do is take a Phillips screwdriver in there and remove the 2 screws that hold the handle to the door. Here are the tools you're going to need to remove the door window frame and the door panel. Here's a screwdriver that I used and I wrapped duct tape around the end to keep from scratching the door, the paint on the door frame. You'll also need a small screwdriver to pry the little plugs out of the door pull handle, and a Phillips screwdriver to remove the screws that hold the door handle to the frame. And then once you get the door panel off, you'll need a Torx number 27 bit to remove the screws that hold the door latch to the door frame. It's important to use a correct size Torx bit, because if you strip one of those screws out, or the head of the screw out, then you've created yourself a big problem. So use the correct size Torx bit. Right, the first step to removing the door panel is to remove the frame around the window. And what we have here is 4 attaching points. There's one right here, another one here, and on the other side evenly spaced about here and there. So what we're going to do is take this side, got a specially prepared screwdriver, put some duct tape around the shank so it won't scratch the paint, and we're going to go in behind the door panel right here and pop that out. And you'll see right here, pop that out, and we go to the other side around the same area. You got to go in a lot deeper on this side here. Pop that off, and same over here. Basically, we should have, it's not way out yet. And there we have the window frame removed. All right, the next step is to remove these here little plugs in the door handle here. Just take that little screwdriver and just pull them out. And underneath there you'll see 2 Phillips head screws. So we're just going to remove these screws and remove the pull handle from the inside of the door. Now these screws also retain the door panel to the door frame, so when you remove these screws, all you have to do to remove the door panel is lift up on it, and the tabs that hold it onto the door frame will release it from the door frame. So all we're going to do is lift up on this door frame, like this inner panel like this right here, and there the door frame, the inner door panel is removed. What we have here is where the cable's attached to the door handle. There's a little plastic clip there that retains that, so you can actually take your fingers up in there and squeeze the end of the clip together at the end and take a little small screwdriver and pry it out. And that'll release the cable from the door handle. So do that, and then we'll proceed to the next step. All right. Once you've got the cable released from the door handle, just remove the screws that hold the latch on. It's just one here and one up there, and then you can remove the whole cable and latch assembly from the door. And we'll proceed in just a minute. Here we have the upper door latch from the left side cargo door. And you can see where the cable has deteriorated away. The little end of it is deteriorated and it's broken. So what we need to do is remove this portion of the cable that's left onto the tip that's left onto the cable, and also remove what's remaining of the piece that's inside the door latch, which can be a little tedious because it doesn't just fall out of there. You may have to work at it a little bit with I use a little a pick tool, and just get it out of there whichever way you can, and then we'll proceed. All right, what we're going to do now is carefully remove what's remaining of the tip on the cable that's dull deteriorated. So we just have to take a razor knife and cut it off of there, and then you can actually take your fingers and peel off the remaining portion. And there we go. Now what I've designed is a specially designed tip to go on there that will slide over the cable, insert into the lock or the latch, and once you get it inserted in there, you rotate it 180 degrees, and that locks it in place. So there's no other way to do this with the way this lock is designed. So I've designed this here special tip, and these are the ones I'm selling on eBay in the kits that are supplied for the left door. What we're doing now is we're going to slide the cable terminal end onto the cable. Make sure that it's inserted all the way up in there. Insert this into the door latch and get a pair of pliers. And what we'll do now is rotate this in here, and that will lock it in place. So that's the tip installed on the latch end of the left cargo door, and procedure now is to reinstall everything back in the door. So all we have to do is feed it down through the door frame, and we're going to install the screws that hold the latch into the door frame. The next step would be to fasten the latch end of the cable into the latch. So what we have to do is just insert the cable into the latch right where that clip is. Then you're going to come around to the other side over here and fasten put the cable in the socket of the latch handle. And all you have to do then is pull gently back on the cable and slide the retaining clip back into position to lock it in place. That's it. The procedure for doing the lower latch is basically the same. You have two screws that hold the latch into the door frame. You have a retaining clip that holds the cable into the door handle. So you just remove that in the same manner, and you'll do the same procedure to repair the cable going to the lower latch. All right, to reinstall the door panel, you'll notice these protrusions on the panel. Well, they insert into the holes in the door, and you just merely line them up, push in on the door panel, and slide it down into position. Wait. Replace the window frame. Now you'll notice that there's tabs on the back here, and these 4 tabs here that have to lock into into place. So carefully put those into place. And you can hit that with the palm of your hand. And basically we are finished.